Just days after being cited for driving 101 miles per hour in Ohio, Shedeur Sanders was all smiles on the softball field. At David Njoku's celebrity softball game, the Browns rookie QB showed up to entertain, not to dwell on legal issues. Fans in the stands made it clear they still believe in him.
Oh! Shedeur Sanders stepped onto the field at Njoku's celebrity softball game and stole the show. Just days after the controversy that had everyone talking, many weren't even sure he'd show up. But not only did he show up, he delivered. With a powerful home run and a string of solid plays, Shedeur reminded everyone why he's a star, no matter the field. What really caught people off guard, though, wasn't just his performance. It was the overwhelming support from the crowd. Cheers echoed every time he stepped up. In a moment that could have been overshadowed by backlash, Shedeur flipped the script. Shedeur Sanders was feeling the love, especially from the young fans in the stands. One kid, loud and proud, shouted out, "You're my first QB for Cleveland!" And that moment lit a fire. You could see it in Shedeur's eyes as he stepped up to the plate. Holding the bat high, leaning back with perfect poise, he waited for the pitch. As it came in, he unleashed a swing with full force, and boom, the ball soared through the air, landing deep in no man's land. It wasn't just a hit, it was a statement. Turns out Shedeur Sanders is not just a football star. He's got serious game on the softball field too, and nobody really saw that coming. What made the day even more special was the company he kept. He wasn't out there alone. His teammates Jerry Jeudy, Joe Flacco, and David Njoku, who actually organized the whole event, were right there with him. For Shedeur, it wasn't just about fun, it was about building bonds. Spending time with veterans like Flacco and Njoku isn't just good for the vibes, it's a smart move. These moments off the field could be the key to sinking faster with the first team when the real games begin. What makes all of this even more important is the timing, because it came right after the speeding ticket controversy. Just recently, Shedeur Sanders was pulled over in Ohio for driving well over the speed limit, and the headlines quickly turned harsh. Critics were quick to jump on Shedeur Sanders after the speeding incident, questioning everything from his maturity to his commitment to the game. Prominent voices like Rich Eisen and Mary Kay Cabot didn't hold back. On his show, Eisen directly called out Shedeur, saying, "Anything other than training or practicing right now is going to go against him." It was a harsh judgment that painted Shedeur as distracted and unfocused.
Whether it's on air and 7-on-7 or 11-on-11, anything that takes the conversation away from football is bad for him.
Eisen didn't stop at just questioning Shedeur's focus. He went further, claiming that moments like these only reinforce the narrative that Shedeur's attitude is what held him back in the draft. According to him, any action that even slightly hints at immaturity or a lack of discipline gives critics more fuel. Eisen suggested that this is exactly the kind of behavior that made teams hesitate, ultimately leading to Shedeur slipping to day 3 of the draft. For some, that take felt harsh, but it also echoed the concerns that have quietly followed Shedeur throughout his rise. Mary Kay Cabot took a completely wrong take in this. She went further, pointing out that the incident happened at 12:45 a.m., raising concerns about what Shedeur was doing out that late during a crucial time in his development. Cabot implied that actions like this could impact his position on the roster, especially with competition heating up and coaches looking for players who show discipline both on and off the field. Mary Kay Cabot didn't hold back either. She doubled down hard on the criticism. She pointed out that Shedeur wasn't just speeding casually, he was going a staggering 40 miles over the limit. Cabot even alleged that he was racing another driver who was clocked at 92 miles an hour. She called it a dangerous and irresponsible act, painting it as more than just a youthful mistake. "This is not what you want from your quarterback," she said, firmly labeling it reckless behavior that throws his leadership and maturity into question.
It seems like involved with another female driver who was going 92 miles an hour at the same time you were going 101. That's reckless behavior, in my opinion. That's reckless behavior. It's dangerous, and I don't care what anybody says. That is not what you want from your rookie quarterback.
These were some undeniably harsh takes on Shedeur, with respected voices like Rich Eisen and Mary Kay Cabot piling on. Yet despite the media storm, Shedeur showed up to the celebrity softball game with poise and confidence. What stood out even more was a video from the event where Shedeur openly accepted that he made a mistake. But instead of letting the controversy derail him, he used it as a moment to take full accountability. Unlike many who deflect blame or offer weak excuses, Shedeur faced the situation head-on. In a calm, mature statement, he acknowledged the gravity of his actions and made it clear that he understands the responsibility that comes with being in the public eye.
He's talking about overall in life. You know, I made some wrong choices personally, and I got owned up to him. I made some, not great choices.
He's saying that because he's an accountable person.
I learned
from the real people's
I learned.
It's not. He don't be doing that.
I learned.
But what truly stood out was how Shedeur Sanders didn't take any of these harsh, often unjustified takes personally. He didn't let the criticism weigh him down or dim his spirit. Instead, he walked into Njoku's celebrity softball game with that same signature swagger, smiling, laughing, and lighting up the field with his presence. His entry was nothing short of a spectacle. The crowd felt it, his teammates felt it. Shedeur was in his element.
Gotta keep going.
Gotta keep moving.
Despite all the noise surrounding him, he chose joy over bitterness, fun over frustration. Whether it was chatting it up with veterans like Flacco or cracking jokes with fans, Shedeur reminded everyone that he's more than a headline. He's a teammate, a competitor, and above all, a young man who knows how to carry himself even in the face of adversity. Shedeur Sanders was also seen hanging out and dancing with rapper Doughboy, adding another layer to his calm and carefree vibe. It wasn't just a fun moment, it was a statement. His demeanor made one thing clear: Shedeur is not going to be weighed down or oppressed by the noise from critics and so-called journalists in the background. While some tried to paint him as distracted or immature, here he was, living his life, connecting with people, and showing that he won't be boxed in by media narratives. Instead of shrinking under pressure, Shedeur embraced the moment with confidence and charisma. He's not running from the spotlight, he's owning it. And when it all finished, another video went viral where he himself told that he is not affected by anything anybody is saying about him. Shedeur calmly addressed the noise surrounding the controversy. He made it clear that he wasn't losing sleep over the criticism. "We are Sanders Nation," he said confidently, "and we are not bothered by what Mary Kay Cabot said about me." He didn't lash out or get defensive. Instead, he delivered a composed message that showed maturity beyond his years. "We cannot stop them from saying what they want," he added, acknowledging the reality of being in the spotlight.
I know. You have quite the following. How do you like it? I mean, is it pretty cool to have that rabbit of a fan base?
I don't even pay attention. I don't pay attention to it for real.
Even real.
I'm thankful though, but I focus on the main thing.
Shedeur Sanders' appearance at Njoku's celebrity softball game turned out to be more than just a casual outing. It became a defining moment in how he handles adversity. Coming off the heels of a speeding ticket controversy and harsh criticism from media voices like Rich Eisen and Mary Kay Cabot, many questioned whether he would even show up, let alone perform. But Shedeur did more than show up. He stole the spotlight. With a powerful home run, undeniable charm, and a crowd full of young fans cheering him on, he reminded everyone of his star presence. What made it even more meaningful was the way he carried himself. Light-hearted, confident, and unbothered by the background noise. Seen laughing with teammates like Jerry Jeudy, Joe Flacco, and dancing with rapper Doughboy, Shedeur didn't let the pressure shake him. He faced the criticism head-on, took accountability for his mistake, and moved forward without losing who he is. His presence at the event sent a clear message. He's here to lead, grow, and enjoy the journey without letting external voices dictate his narrative. In a world quick to judge, Shedeur showed the strength of simply showing up and doing it on his own terms. Does Shedeur's confidence and ability to stay composed in public prove that he's ready for the spotlight? Or is there still more he needs to show?